A fateful journey cut short by the monstrous wave. Power beyond imagination that defied the very laws of physics. Amidst the destruction, the human will to survive burned brighter than ever. The final blow? A colossal slip, releasing the energy of 23,000 atomic bombs. Paradise was just one wave away from hell. December 26, 2004. Human history was about to turn a page with one of its most tragic chapters. When the fury passed, it left behind a silence more terrifying than the roar. It was the ocean's final warning, a deadly omen that few recognized. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And in the ashes, symbols of unbreakable faith remain. But to understand the scale of the tragedy, we must go back in time. Banda Aceh, Indonesia. A morning like any other, life went on with its daily worries and simple joys. Innocent dreams awaiting a future ahead. The ocean was a friend, a source of life. Hundreds of miles away, a tourist paradise was in its peak season. They came here seeking relaxation, an escape from the cold winter back home. Moments of happiness etched in the sand. An ecosystem of economy and culture tied to the generosity of the sea, a world of vibrant life, harmony, and color. Everything seemed perfect. In Sri Lanka, a legendary journey continued its daily run. The most beautiful journey is one spent gazing at the majesty of nature. For generations, their lives had been bound to the bounty of the sea. The ocean's abundance sustained countless families. Faith and spirituality were also tied to the sea. But far below, deep within the earth, a colossal energy was building. A pressure that had built for centuries was about to reach its limit. A colossal slip, releasing the energy of 23,000 atomic bombs. Billions of tons of water were displaced, giving birth to a monster. 7:59 a.m., 9.1 magnitude earthquake began. But this was only the beginning. The initial shock was panic. People sought safety from the raging earth. Time seemed to stop. Far offshore, something else was just beginning its journey. Hundreds of miles from the epicenter, no one was aware of the danger approaching at the speed of a jet plane. Nature has its own signs, instincts that humanity had overlooked. Then, a strange phenomenon began. The ocean seemed to take a deep breath. An unprecedented sight, an unexpected gift from the sea, or a curse. The sea had vanished. A terrifying emptiness took over. Human curiosity at times is a deadly trap. Only a few understood what was truly happening. Tsunami, get to high ground, run. And then it appeared. In the distance, the horizon began to change. It wasn't a wave, it was a wall of water moving with unstoppable force. The last desperate attempts to warn them, but it was too late. A race against time, a race they could not win. The rawest survival instinct. Animal instinct, far sharper than that of humans. The last images recorded before disaster struck. Oh my God, here it comes. The absolute powerlessness of man before the primal force of nature, the first blow, direct and unforgiving. Luxury submerged in an instant. All attempts at resistance were futile. The streets turned into rivers of death. Nothing could stand in its way. A familiar world had vanished, replaced by a nightmare. The things of the sea now ravaged the land. Generations of life erased in minutes. The tragedy of a legendary journey. This was the epicenter of destruction, an erasure on a massive scale. Connections severed. Deadly whirlpools appeared everywhere. Modern civilization paralyzed. Beneath the surface, a world of chaos was in motion. No vehicle could escape its power. Even sacred symbols were not spared. Surrounded with no escape. The fruits of daily life washed away. An unbelievable disparity of power. The water was now a mixture of sea and land. A unique culture obliterated. The unstoppable invasion. Places of gathering, now empty and submerged. The ocean took back what it had brought and more. Just when they thought it was over, the nightmare returned. The final blow. The last natural shield was broken. The line between sea and land was erased. Even the strongest fortresses had to yield. The destruction spared no one and no creature. The serenity of a sacred place shattered. Images of utter helplessness. Global trade disrupted. The most vulnerable suffered the most. Alone in a world of water. A new world, a new ocean formed upon the land. The fury was spent. Now it returned what was left. Surreal images, defying all imagination. Finally, the silence returned. And when the light returned, a new reality emerged. This is what remained, a wasteland. The relics of a world that once was. An uninvited guest, a silent witness to the tragedy. Even nature became a victim of itself. Homes, families, now just a memory. All roads now led to nowhere. A giant scar on the face of the earth. A symbol of resilience, a glimmer of hope in the despair. The personal tragedies hidden behind the vast devastation. Memories washed away. A force that could bend steel. The search in the ruins. A wall of hope and heartache. Stories that will never be told. The land was dead, life destroyed. Loyalty that could not be drowned. The tireless efforts began. Miracles amidst the destruction. Life always finds a way. Night falls, ending one of the longest days in human history. In the face of tragedy, the world came together. Every life saved was a victory against the disaster. The reconstruction began, a long and arduous journey. From the ashes, a crucial legacy was born, the early warning system. The costly lesson was learned. Knowledge is the power to survive. Rebirth, one brick at a time. To remember, to never forget. Pain soothed by love and remembrance. Life goes on. The future is built on the foundations of the past. Nature can take, but it cannot extinguish hope. The memory remains, a reminder of life's fragility and the extraordinary power of resilience. We will not forget.